This is the best location you can get at about the cheapest price. Find me a better location than this that can be $1 million and under. So Mike, where are we at?
We're going through Autumn Woods, a community in North Naples. One of my favorites. I like it so much that I decided to move my family here.
Oh, you know about this place.
One of the things that draws people to the area is just the location. As we've talked about before, it's located right off Goodlet Frank and Orange Blossom. So you can really go in any direction super efficiently here. There's a gate once you live in the community where you can get onto either road. We've got single family homes, there's 350 of those. We've got attached villas, which we're passing by some of those now. There's 110 attached villas, and then there's 88 condo units. We've got, plenty of families. We're in an A-rated school district, which is huge. Seagate Elementary School, Pine Ridge Middle, and Barron Collier High School. But there's a good mix of young families, of retirees, and everything in between. So that's something we really like about the neighborhood, is just being able to walk around and meet all different types of people.
John, I don't know if I mentioned, but I lived here in high school. We're actually about to pass my old house. We moved in here, and this section was the first section built in South Park, phase 1, whatever. That's actually our old house. When we moved in, I was maybe a sophomore in high school. There wasn't a ton of kids. I came back after college, and you look around and it's kids everywhere. So back to the buyer profile, when, what I see is a lot of people, it's like, well, I want all A school district and my budget's, I want to be in Seagate school district, but my budget's $1 million. Mike, where are you sending them?
Yeah, this is pretty much the northeast corner of where you can get into Seagate Elementary School, and it's going to be about your lowest price point that you can get into that district.
What's the middle school here?
The middle school is Pine Ridge Middle, which we're coming up to right now. There's actually a entrance that goes right into the middle school. So we're in the summer now, but during the school year, you can see all the kids in the morning riding their bikes and scooters right through this pathway, and they go take that way to school.
Yeah, so right here, as Mike was saying, that literally connects you to the back of Pine Ridge Middle, which is incredibly convenient. What are the negative things that people have said to you about Autumn Woods? If someone were to push back on it, what do they not like? Because I can think of two.
Yeah, well, some people are looking for a little bit newer community. This is a 20-year-old community, but like we were talking about, there's trade-offs with everything. You have more mature landscaping. As you can tell, it's very cleanly kept. There's crews in here every week, restocking the mulch and trimming back stuff, and we get plenty of rain. We're coming up on one of the lakes in the community, so all throughout the community you'll find lakes. There's 20 of them in here. There's people on their bikes, usually fishing. They can get some pretty sizable bass they pull out of them, which is cool. If the alligators are here, if they get too big, they get taken out.
And that's kind of standard for almost any community. Like if there's kids around, they're gonna get the gators out. They're just not gonna take any chances. Yeah. That's a nice view.
But yeah, you can see the nice long lake views on some of the properties. Like the one across there has a really nice long lake view.
So this is the preserve you're talking about. It's up a little bit, right? But you got a nice little lake there. And then there's up here once we get to the preserve, right? Walking around it, I can remember that.
Yeah, and that's rare for the community. It's 26 designated areas for a private preserve, so not to be developed, and it's just nice and peaceful to walk through there.
Didn't one of those sell right back there? Didn't that just sell for about $1 million or something? Wasn't it Keith's listing?
Yeah, there was one that sold for about 1.3, but it was a little while back. Right now there's two. They're both single family homes. One's about 1,800 square feet, and one's a little over 2,000 square feet. One's got 4 bedrooms, one's 3 and a den, both nice pools.
So here's my thought to the biggest draw to this. This is the best location you can get at about the cheapest price. Find me a better location than this that can be $1 million and under. Now, the one difference is like the stuff on South Street that's got all the Pine Goodgate.
Yeah.
Our favorite corridor.
Yeah.
Those homes are really, really old and really, really small.
Yeah.
Right. So like that, I'm kind of eliminating. You could argue it's farther south. So. Yeah. Sure, that's a better, but the homes are so old, right? Like these homes have a lot better bones. 20 years old, your bones are fine.
Yeah, they're all block construction. Most of the homes you'll find out, the single family homes you'll see have 2-car garages. There's a few 3-car garages.
How are the dues here?
The dues are reasonable. So with what you get for the community, we've got Really nice community pool, clubhouse, fitness center, this big preserve that we're gonna go check out. It's about $3,000 for the year for the single family homes. It's a little bit different if you're looking at a villa or one of the condos.
That's pretty affordable. You get a lot of communities, you know, you're $1,000 or more a quarter.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
There's some that you pay $800, $1,000 a quarter and there's no amenities.
Right.
You're paying for street lights and street maintenance and property manager?
Yeah, well that's true. We got an on-site property manager and there's also a 24-hour gatehouse garden. Now we're in the 26 acres of private preserve. Different feature for the community, which is really nice, just offering some peace and quiet to take a walk and enjoy the scenery and some wildlife. Get a bunch of birds and bunnies and sometimes raccoons. The big difference between the prices is going to be whether you're looking at a single family house or one of the villas or condos. Single family houses for the quarter, the median closed price is about $962. Works out to be about $500 a foot. And then for the condos, for the last quarter, the median price is about $610 or $360 a foot. Just wanted to show one of the streets we talked about. There's 110 villa units. So these are attached villas. They both got 2-car garages on them.
How big are they roughly?
They're like 1,700 to 1,900 square feet. I
Pretty
think
much
they range from 2 to 3 bedrooms.
Pretty much single family homes, just attached wall, right?
Yeah. So here's an example of one of the lakes in the community. Again, I said there's 20 of them. I love this street because all the oak trees just provide a lot of shade. So even in the hot days in the summer, you can at least get some relief from the heat. A couple of these sold recently with about a $600,000 price range.
Is that the highest that you've seen in any of the villas?
Yeah, they get into 6s and even 7s.
But the reality is, if it's 2,000 square feet at this location and updated, that is very reasonable compared to a lot of the other stuff we see.
Oh yeah. You pay a little higher HOA dues with the attached villas, mainly because you got the shared roof. So that's factored into budgeting for the eventual replacement of the roof.
That's a good one to know, because if you go show something like this, the number one with villas, it's who is responsible for the roof.
We were talking about, you know, the HOA dues and how they were pretty reasonable at $3,000 for the year. Some of the amenities that you get with them is you get a playground for the kids, tennis courts, doubled as pickleball courts that play Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings, a clubhouse, so you can plan your parties. If you want to not have the party at your house, you can rent out the party room. There is a social committee through the HOA, so they put out a calendar every month of different activities.
Cool.
There's water aerobics, fitness classes, in different parties. We just had the end of school year party. A bunch of people showed up and we had food and hanging out in the pool. Got to meet a lot of people in the community, so that stuff is fun.
Well, and back to HOA fees, what I personally like about this, thank you, is you have a gym, you have a clubhouse, you have a pool, you have a playground and tennis courts. You have what you need, but it's a reasonable price. You get some of the newer communities and it's all about the amenities, which is great, but you spend $1,200, $1,500 a quarter and you don't use it.
Right.
This is enough.
Yeah, it's
Nice
heated,
little
pool's
sitting area.
heated all winter. It's got a nice splash pad for the kids. As I was talking about, the back section is for lap swimming, and then you got a spa over on this side.
Get
Come
his
in,
mug on
check
the
out
camera.
the fitness room. It's got free weights, a couple machines, a little room for stretching. Got an on-site property manager in there. His name's Tony.
You said new tennis courts?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
tennis
can
courts,
see it.
basketball courts, all new surface. They put a new cage around. So here you can see the playground for the kids and the redone basketball court, tennis court, and then you got the pickleball lines as well.
Why did you guys buy in Autumn Woods?
We bought here for a few reasons. We bought here because my family is here. They live west of 41, so we wanted to be relatively close to them. My nephew went to Seagate, so that was kind of our that was the only school we really knew and had, you know, experience close to, you know, somebody going to elementary school, and he really had a great experience there. And so that was kind of our focus. We wanted to be in Seagate Elementary, and then just looking at the location. So you're 10 minutes to the beach, 5 minutes to Mercado, so you can go shopping, go to the restaurants, 10 minutes to the waterside shops, 10 minutes to Artist Naples, about 15 to 20 minutes to get to downtown Naples. So you can really get anywhere really closely here.
So go back for me. You said your in-laws are west of 41.
Yep.
You wanted to be in Seagate. Why didn't you guys buy west of 41?
Well, the price point's a little bit different when you go west of 41, and this became, you know, just a no-brainer for us.
Well, you nailed it. Hold on. If a client comes to you and says, I want to be in Seagate, but my budget is $800,000, what are your options?
Yeah, this would be a good option, I think. And another thing we noticed when we came down is Halloween's a really big holiday down here, and we were looking at properties in October, and a lot of the homes really go all out for Halloween decorating and that sort of thing, which is fun when, you know, we're talking about starting a family down here. So we're coming up on one of the 10 homes that has sold in the last 3 months. This one was an off-market listing, and it sold at a record price of $1.4 million. Big floor plan in the neighborhood, really nice pool. They remodeled the entire house, really did a nice job on it. So that came out to be about $523 a foot.
Giddy up. I'm sure all the neighbors love that.
Yeah, absolutely.